Welcome to the Little Beading Closet. I'm Sherry. The Enchanted Empress Beaded Bracelet Tutorial. Pondo stitch with size 11 seed beads. Beading with 4mm Bicone Crystals, complete with a scalloped edge. Let's look at the supplies. 4mm Bicone Crystals. Size 11 seed beads. You'll need a clasp. I'm using a lobster claw with wire guards, 2 needles, and my beading thread was Wildfire. I start off with 6 feet. Let me quickly walk you through how I put the shape together before I go into detail bead by bead on how I made it. Just begin by picking up 4 of the size 11 seed beads and bringing them down near the end of your thread. Leave about 12 inches for your tail. Needle back through the first seed bead, pulling them into a right angle weave unit. One more size 11 into the next one. Repeating that into the next 11, the third one into the next 11, and one more size 11 coming into the one that your tail is coming out of. Pondo stitch number 1. Now we're going to work on number 2, so needle up here to this bead. Four more seed beads. Come back through this one on the end in the direction opposite of your tail. I find it much easier to turn the work on my hand. Then needle through the very first seed bead. Now we just need 3 more seed beads to complete this Pondo stitch, picking up 1, coming into your next seed bead, 2, into the next one, picking up the third one. You'll come into this next seed bead, plus you can come into the one here in the middle between the 2. Pulling your needle through. You have completed number 2. We'll come down here and do number 3. So let's needle down here to this bead, just coming through 1 and 2. Go ahead and pick up 4 more size 11 seed beads. Needle through the size 11 that your thread is exiting. I'm going to constantly be turning it in my hand. Before adding anything, come through 1 more seed bead and pull tight. Again, you'll need 3 beads for this round, picking 1 up and coming through the next one. Picking 1 up and coming through the next one. And your last one, coming through the next one and the one between the 2 stitches. Now let's take a peek at it. And needle up here to this point. Coming through here. Through here. This one. Finish by stepping into this one here on the tip. We're going to build our next Pondo stitch right here. Picking up 4 more seed beads, coming right back through the bead that we're exiting. I'll turn it in my hand and needle right through the next bead in line. Again, we'll be adding 3 beads, picking 1 up, coming into the next one. 1, picking one up, coming into the next one, 2, picking one up, coming into the next one, 3, and then needling through the bead that connects the 2 units and pulling my thread through. Let's take a look at where we are. And now we just need to needle over here to this bead. I'll come through right here, and then this one, coming through here, retracing my thread path, stepping into this bead, and here on the end. Now we're ready to add one more Pondo stitch right here. Picking up 4 more seed beads, go ahead and needle back through the seed bead that your thread is exiting. I'll hold it in my hand so it's easiest to needle through the very first bead. And then we have 3 more left to add. Picking up 1, coming into the next size 11. Picking up 1 more into the next size 11. And the last one coming through the next size 11. I'll go ahead and needle through the one here in the middle between the 2. And then I'll follow my thread path and come up here to the end. Through this one, and step up into the end. Let's start adding our crystal section. We'll need 9 crystals for each one. Begin by picking up 3 of the crystals and 1 of the size 11 seed beads. Bring those down next to your work. Skipping the seed bead on the end, needle back through the 3 crystals. Pulling your seed bead up against the crystal. And now needle into the other side of the seed bead that you're coming out of. Turning it in my hand, needle back through 2 of the crystals. Pick up 3 more of your Bicone crystals and needle through the same bicone that your thread is exiting. We're going to come down here to this one, through here, and into here. Picking up 5 size 11 seed beads, needle back through your Bicone crystal, and pull those along the edge of your crystal. And then needle through 3 of the size 11 seed beads. Picking up 3 more, needle into the other side of the bead that you're coming out of. To form a little right angle weave unit on the end. Come through the next 2 size 11s and back through the bicone, working my way up, and then needle through the middle bead. We're going to repeat those steps for this side also, Let's go ahead and pick up 3 of the Bicone crystals. Working on this side, I'm going to needle back through the middle Bicone crystal. Coming down 1 Bicone and through the one on the end. 5 more seed beads and back through the same Bicone, pulling them along the edge. Turning it in my hand, needle through 3 of the seed beads, picking up 3 more seed beads, and coming right back through the one that we're exiting. Again, forming a right angle weave unit here on the top. Needle through 2 of the seed beads and come back through the crystal. Coming up 1 crystal. Now needle through the crystal towards your Pondo stitch section, coming out just here. Come through the middle size 11 seed bead, and I'm going to turn it to work up here towards the top. Picking up 4 more seed beads, you'll needle through 2 of the seed beads here. And then needle down the other 2. Pull your thread tight and see how it pops this right angle weave unit up here into a point. 4 more seed beads. Coming through the seed bead here. Four more seed beads, needling into the first 2. Then needle down the next 2 over here, skipping your right angle weave unit on top, pulling your little unit on top, picking up 4 more seed beads, and needling through this one here in the middle. Retrace your thread path over here to the seed bead. Coming through these. And then needling up 7 seed beads past the right angle weave unit. Let me show you how I start Pondo stitch off of the crystal section. Begin by picking up 4 of the size 11 seed beads and needle back through the size 11 that your thread is exiting. Turning it in my hand and come through the very first bead. I just need 3. I'm going to pick 1 up, come into the next one, picking 1 up, coming into the next one, and my last one coming through the seed bead here, and then through the seed bead here, connecting the Pondo stitch to the crystal section. I'm just going to needle up to the point, add another Pondo section and crystal section to work on the length of my bracelet. Continue working on the sections of your pattern until you have enough length for your bracelet. For me, that is 5 of the crystal sections. If you just take your thread through the end of your Pondo stitch, slip it on your wrist, you'll have a rough idea if the bracelet will fit. If your bracelet seems too small, go ahead and just add another Pondo stitch to the end of this one here and one to the end of this one here and try it again. The next step is going to be attaching your clasp. Just want to make sure that you're coming out the very end seed bead. I'll be using a wire guard along with my lobster claw clasp, and it's optional if you use a wire guard, and make sure you use whatever clasps you like. I went ahead and put this one together, needling through one side of my wire guard, through my clasp, and down the other side of my wire guard. And I always retrace the thread path on my clasp at least once or twice to make sure it's nice and secure. And back through the seed bead. To end my thread, I'm going to needle through some of these seed beads, coming towards the center. Through here, needling into the middle Pondo stitch. And I'm going to finish with a half hitch knot. Pull that tight and needle one bead away from my knot. And I'm ready to trim off my thread. Just attach the other end the same way. I have a new piece of thread that's about 2 feet long, and I went ahead and attached a needle to both ends of it. Starting at one end of the bracelet, needle through the seed bead and center your 2 threads. Needle up to this point, through here, and here. Picking up one seed bead and needling into this one here. Come up to this point, through here, and here. We're going to go ahead and pick up 7 seed beads and come into this right angle weave unit here, needle into this one and through the point. You can go ahead and step down into the side. Again, I'll pick up 7 of the size 11 seed beads and needle through the tip of my next Pondo stitch. 7 more into here, through the point, then step down into this one. Repeat on the other side. Getting out some more seed beads, and we're just going to continue the same process down along the edge. We just need to add our last seed bead down here and finish off the thread. With one seed bead, come into the tip of the Pondo stitch down here at the end. I'm going to retrace my thread path around the Pondo stitch and tie a half hitch knot through here, the end, through this one, coming through here, and add a half hitch knot. Needle one bead away from your knot and trim off your end, and repeat for your last seed bead. I hope you loved the use of these 2 beads and how they combine to make this Enchanted Empress bracelet. As always, have a beautiful day.